Welcome back. It is Fight Night 4, live from Houston, Texas, and the Toyota Center. We've got a action-packed bout for you tonight here from the Toyota Center. A 6-match card featuring 5 of 6 matches being ranked foes. In our first bout, we've got a big one in the welterweight division. Number 9, Demian Maia taking on number 12, Robbie Lawler. In women's action in the strawweight division, number 6, Cynthia Calvillo taking on number 10, Felice Herrig. Then we head to the heavyweight division. Tim Johnson, ranked number 14th in the heavyweight division, taking on an upstart Tai Tuivasa, who's looking to get into that top 15. Now we move to the lightweight division, a big one here, as Gilbert Burns takes on Donald Cerrone in a top 15 matchup. Our penultimate matchup, we head to the bantamweight division, as number 3, Cody Garbrandt takes on number 5, Dominic Cruz, with title implications on the line. In our main event, we have a Texas boy. It's Joseph Benavidez taking on Tim Elliott, as Benavidez from nearby Dallas taking on Elliott from Kansas. So let's head on down to the Toyota Center and the Octagon. It's time for Fight Night.
All right, coming up next, a good welterweight matchup here between Demian Maia and Robbie Lawler. So here's the former American Top Team staple, former UFC welterweight champion, ruthless Robbie Lawler. Hard to tell the recent history of the UFC welterweight division without talking about Robbie Lawler. So many fight of the nights, so many seminal moments for the San Diego, California-born ruthless Robbie Lawler.
This guy has insanely fast kicking speed and ridiculous leg dexterity. If you are close enough for him to kick you, you've got a real problem on your hands.
Devastating a grappler as we have seen in the UFC. You fight Demian Maia, it makes for a most suffocating night at the office. Here is the former UFC middleweight title challenger and welterweight contender, Demian Maia, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion and one of the most talented Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts to ever step foot inside the zone.
Demian Maia is one of the premier submission specialists on the planet. He holds virtually every grappling title a person can hold, and if this fight goes to the ground, look for him to end it quickly and with beautiful technique.
Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. Maia is 5 years the elder. Lawler will have a 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 28 wins, 12 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA, ruthless Robbie Lawler! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 25 wins, 9 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Demian Maia! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Dan Bergliotta.
So Dan Miragliotta shares the cage.
Okay, you ready? You ready?
We are underway. So at 40 years old, Damian Maia's sights are still set on that UFC welterweight title. His current form, undeniably the best of his UFC career. Once he takes you down, more often than not, whether you're elite or otherwise, the submission comes shortly thereafter. Joe Rogan, how do you see this one playing out? Oh, right hand is there for him, Joe. All right, so let's see how the early portions of this fight play out. You know about the massive power he has in those kicks. He'll attack you low, he'll go to the head. Let's see if he can find the range here early in this matchup tonight. Pretty good shot there. Oh, so an interesting decision there as he decides to stand up and relinquish the dominant position. Big shots being landed on both sides here.
Hurt him with that uppercut.
Oh!
He's fainting with that kick.
2 minutes have expired here in our opening round. Maia gets the single leg takedown. Able to land with the left hand there.
He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. Postures up here.
Trying to set up a submission now.
He's got that armbar locked in.
He might get a finish here.
This armbar looks nasty. He might have to tap any second now. He got it, he got it. Nicely done. Beautiful technique in winning this fight by armbar.
Yeah, that is an outstanding submission win turned in by that fighter here tonight. And not just the finishing instincts, but just the transitions and how patient he was to make sure that he had not just isolated the arm, but secured it before he tried to torque it. Near perfection in terms of the execution of that armbar.
And one more time from this angle, we can see that armbar locked in tight for the tap. And one more time, nice technique here on this submission.
So there he is, your winner by submission tonight, and that is how you put the rest of the division on notice. A huge result for him here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliotta has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 3 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Damian Maia!
All right, so congratulations to Damian Maia, one of the best fighters ever produced out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and still getting it done now, well past his 40th birthday. And it really is interesting because the opposition seemingly knows what's coming, and yet more often than not, no welterweight in the world is able to stop Damian Maia, a big winner yet again tonight. It is a women's strawweight matchup between Cynthia Calvillo and Felice Herrig. So here's the strawweight contender, Felice Herrig. Not a lot of people gave her a chance fighting Alexa Grasso in Houston, Texas, back in February of 2017. Emerged with a big upset win that night, and that really got her career back on a championship trajectory. This is a woman who has been in the MMA game almost 10 years, had a battle with a lot of different demons outside the octagon, lost her brother when she was a very young girl, and that is something that has buoyed her late in her MMA career. Felice Herrig, her current form, the best of her MMA career.
This girl has ridiculous stamina. The ability to push a pace that her opponent can't keep up with is one of her strongest assets. Her cardio is off the charts.
All right, so here she is, Cynthia Calvillo, firmly in the strawweight mix here, and really has been from the moment she made her UFC debut back at UFC 209, submitted Amanda Cooper, one pay-per-view later, submitted Pearl Gonzalez. This daughter of Mexican immigrants is a legitimate threat to all of the elite at 115 pounds. Not a woman you want to mess with when it comes to the transition and scrambling game on the canvas. Cynthia Calvillo, thankfully for the fans, back for more tonight.
This girl has excellent footwork. It's one of her strongest qualities. She is very difficult to hit, and she can close the distance and hit you very quickly. Very tough to train with anybody who can emulate the type of footwork that she possesses.
Our tale of the tape for this strawweight fight. So 3 years the gap in age between these two fighters, with the same height and a similar reach. Let's get it started. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 14 wins, 8 losses. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds, fighting out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, Felice Lil Bulldog Harris. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This woman is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 7 wins, 1 loss. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds, fighting out of Sacramento, California, Cynthia Calvillo. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, third man in the octagon for this one.
Are you ready? Let's go, come on!
Oh, lands that punch. Eric gets hit with a kick. That looked like it hurt you. Well, she missed with that right hand.
Oh, nice inside leg kick. This could be it right here.
In and secures the takedown. Well, the damage starting to add up, bleeding from her cheek now.
Oh, there's a good shot from the bottom. Big punches here. Trying to get into side control here. Can't make it.
Making all these shots count. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Herrick.
She's now in half guard again. Beautiful sweep. Perfectly timed sweep.
Elbow to the head there by Calvillo.
Big punch from the bottom. Back to half guard now.
Connects with the punch there.
She's in a position right now to try to attack with a submission. It looks like this submission's locked.
Oh, we're getting a finish here.
This could be it. It's getting tighter. Strength and technique. Perfect technique. Got caught in the choke and didn't have the time to tap.
Yeah, so how about that, Joe? She goes to sleep, and you've got to admire her toughness for not wanting to tap out, but she just couldn't deal with the grappling acumen of her opponent here tonight. A beautiful setup and an even better display of technique to ultimately get the finish and put her opponent out for good.
And one more time here, super tight choke.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki is calling a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 39 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to a reverse triangle, Cynthia Calvillo.
So there she is, following what could be argued as the biggest win of her career. She gets it done by submission here tonight. She told us during Fight Week, Joe, I got to keep the judges out of it. She certainly did just that. Now all that's left to do is to celebrate with her coaches and her training partners. She had a lot of friends and family in the building here tonight. And man, did she put on a show for them and maximize this UFC showcase. Congratulations. Coming up next, it's a heavyweight collision between Tim Johnson and Tai Tuivasa. Representing Western Sydney in New South Wales, here is Tai Tuivasa. The heavyweight contender has been all systems go since making his debut in the big show. This is a heavyweight force to be reckoned with, and as the skills start to catch up with the hunger and the desire, many believe Tuivasa could be a future UFC champion.
This guy has devastating power to his kicking technique. Whether it's to the legs, the body, or the head, if one of those lands, you've got real problems.
So you know what this fighter can do offensively, but defensively, I'll be surprised if he gets put on his back tonight. The takedown defense really jumps off the film. Great balance, a solid base, as quick a sprawl as anybody in this division. And a lot of fighters offensively waste a lot of energy trying to bring this fighter down. May want to try to beat him on the feet, because if you're going to employ the takedown, more often than not, this guy will sprawl and stuff your shot.
This guy is a very well-rounded fighter. He does not mind standing or going to the ground, and this diversity makes him very unpredictable.
And now our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. More than 5 years apart, and they both possess a similar height and reach. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 10 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 12 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Fargo, North Dakota, USA, Timothy Johnson! The action begins. Our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean has drawn the assignment here.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Well, they have cleared out the hardwood. They have made way for the octagon as we get underway here at Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Well, his flying knee knockout of Rashad Coulter in his UFC debut is always going to be hard to top, but increasingly Tai Tuivasa has been doing just that. The knockout victims continue to pile up, and I know we talk a lot about Tuivasa outside the octagon, fun guy to party with. He is all of that, but this is a scary, scary heavyweight contender once that octagon door closes. And he connects with the punch. All right, first round is underway, and I don't have to tell the avid fans, you've got to watch out for this fighter's powerful overhand punches. He does not discriminate, power from both sides, and a big part of his game plan obviously coming in here tonight.
That one hurt. Oh, beautiful lead right hand.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing.
And he's looking for that left. Oh, double jab.
Effective strike there by Tuivasa. Well, he got cracked to the head there, Joe. He's going to have to change things up here with his footwork, with his tempo. He continues to be vulnerable to that strike coming back. Got to get his head off the center line. Oh, how about the output for this fighter here? A lot of good time shots there, and they're all landing.
Caught him with a punch.
2 minutes remain in the round. Tai Tuivasa gets caught with that punch. His chin is held up thus far. Got to shore up the defense here, though. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here. Tuivasa gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. Unable to connect with the right hand there.
He got tagged there.
Tuivasa's lower jaw is just nasty at this point. Really swollen in that area now. Using his jab effectively here, Joe. Just missed with the left there. 30 seconds now to go in the round. Oh, leg kick is good.
And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly. And another perfectly placed strike. Incredible striking on display in that round.
Work. Your cardio is sick. I want you to get back out there and push even harder. You can do it.
The lovely Brittany Palmer getting the round one assignment.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round here. All right, so here we go with round two. We'll see if these fighters get after it. You saw at the beginning of round one, a little bit of a feeling out process. Entertaining round, don't get me wrong, but we will see here in round two if there's an uptick in the aggression on both sides. Johnson gets caught with that punch. Try to establish that jab.
This could be it.
Tai Tuivasa gets caught with that punch. Well, he left his body wide open there for that hook shot, Joe, and he paid for it. He is leaning in. I know he's got the guard high, but that means the body is exposed, and the opposition took full advantage there.
He tagged him with that right hand.
Tai Tuivasa gets caught by the inside leg kick. Oh, wow, roundhouse, Joe. Made that look easy. 3 minutes to go in round two. Well, he was... Oh! He's got him hurt here. Oh! Huge shot there, lands flush.
Oh, beautiful combination.
Both guys landing at a pretty decent clip. And now starting to snap off that jab. Well, there is his patented overhand, and now his opponent is forced to adjust. He landed it beautifully there. Plenty more seemingly where that came from. Damaging strike there.
He tagged him. Trying to hang on. Tags him.
Johnson gets tattooed by that straight punch. Tuivasa's lower jaw now, Joe, starting to show some signs of swelling. He gets hit with an outside leg kick.
Nice.
And both guys really throwing with authority. He's able to slip the left there.
Wow! This fight is dangerously close to being stopped.
He's got him hurt here.
Huge kick misses.
Oh, big left hook there. Entertaining scrap so far.
Wow, full domination this round.
Relax. Breathe. All right, here's some water. Now listen, I want you to...
Here we see some beautiful striking and perfect timing on this punch. And here's a devastating punch that results in a knockdown.
Ariane Celeste is with us.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick up where he left off. His opponent was in big trouble at the end of that round.
He missed with that jab attempt there. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any sign. Oh! Huge right hand!
He's in trouble right now. Oh, he missed that kick. Wow! Oh, he's out. That's it! Beautiful, accurate uppercut that got him the win.
Yeah, Joe, just the way he drew it up as he gets the knockout victory here tonight, it's hard to land a strike more flush than he did right there, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming. So he'll see the replay and probably shake his head, but ultimately this is a huge result and a huge win for that fighter here tonight.
Let's take a look at that again. Here we see it again. Crank right on the jaw.
So a seminal moment for him here tonight as he gets the huge knockout victory. That could hold up as one of the better knockouts of the year. Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout,
Well, we know Tai Tuivasa can party with the best of them, but he can fight with the best of them when it comes to this heavyweight division as he takes out the fellow contender here tonight. And it may not be this year, but you got to think eventually Tai Tuivasa is going to fight his way into a UFC heavyweight championship situation. He's just too good not to. All right, coming up next, it's a lightweight matchup between Gilbert Burns and Donald Cerrone. Well, he's a matchmaker's dream. He's been a contender in 2 different divisions. Here is the always active Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Outstanding striker, great submission game, and you've seen an uptick in the takedowns as well since he moved up to 170 pounds, where he has realized a whole lot of success. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, now welterweight contender, still working towards that title shot here at 170 pounds.
Donald Cerrone is a well-rounded fighter with great submissions and great more time. He's extremely difficult to finish, a lot of heart, great chin, and he fights very well in the later rounds.
All right, so as this young fighter makes the walk here tonight, you know his inner monologue is, how do I get this opponent down? Because once I get him to the mat, I know I can keep him there. Joe, this guy has a top game as scary as anybody in the game. And when you can control a fighter like that in a fight, it's a great source of confidence. He'll use the body weight to keep you down and prevent any sort of hip escapes because his hips are so strong. Physical freak who will sap your willpower and your gas tank with the best of them.
This guy has world-class choking techniques in all varieties, be it guillotine, choke, rear naked, Darce, anaconda. If this guy gets a hold of your neck, you've got problems.
And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Cerrone is 3 years his senior. He is 3 inches taller. He will have a 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record of 34 wins, 11 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Donald Cowboy Cerrone! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 15 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, Gilbert Guerrero Burns! Now when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
Dateline, Houston, Texas. Always good to be back in the H-Town as we get underway here from Toyota.
Nice body shot.
Doubles up on the jab. Oh, strong punch there by Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh, look at this. Who saw that coming?
He's got him hurt here.
Beautiful body shot there, too. Big straight punch. Such good movement in there. Lands a nice left.
How about that shin?
Nice combination. Beautiful job by Cerrone in mixing it up there. Oh!
Great kicks there. Trying to find a home for that right hand. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 1.
Donald looked like he was looking for a takedown there.
Big elbow there, lands.
He's just picking him apart. Nice knee there. Now he's got the Muay Thai plum. Back to over under control.
Cerrone's got double underhooks. Battling for hooks. Burns is pummeling, works in that underhook.
He's got the double. And he's in the Muay Thai clinch.
Oh, big knee!
That one hurt him badly.
Narrow right hand. Well, he is eternally aggressive, but he paid for it there. His head was wide open, and his opponent is able to land the uppercut there. He's going to have to figure some things out here, Joe. Manage his wrist better. I know he's confident in his chin, but right now he's becoming a sitting duck.
Oh!
Trying to double up on that jab.
Huge uppercut misses.
All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. Nice punch by Burns. 30 seconds now to go in round 1. Slips. Seconds to go.
Look at that, right to the temple.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round 1.
And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly.
Brittany Palmer is here, as always. All right, round 2.
Look for him to go on the attack early in this round, try to pick up where he left off in the last round. His opponent was dazed and in big trouble when that round ended. Donald Cerrone is one of the wildest, most game fighters in mixed martial arts.
Oh! Big shot! He's got him hurt here.
Oh, good right hand by Cowboy. Stunned him. Big left hand.
Effective punch there.
Oh, that hurt him. Woo! Woo! Look at that jab.
Also, he gets clipped once again here, Joe, and he continues to be vulnerable by leaning in. He's keeping his head on the center line.
He hurt him.
He's got him hurt here.
Donald Cerrone was extremely active with his strikes, and it leads to his KO victory.
Yeah, Joe, just an absolutely gorgeous shot to spell the end for his opponent. Crowd is absolutely loving it. He gets the near-perfect land. I'm not even sure his opponent saw it coming, but just the way he drew it up here tonight, saw that little crack of an opening and barged right through it to get the knockout.
Here we see that again. Look at this. Boom.
Well, hard to perform much better than he did tonight. A huge knockout under the lights. They'll be talking about that one for some time. We go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
So congratulations to Donald Cerrone on yet another UFC win here tonight. He once again takes on all comers and once again finds a way to get his hand raised. Tonight, he puts it all together. And of course, if one guy knows how to celebrate a win, it is Cowboy Cerrone. Tap that tank up. It is a bantamweight matchup between Cody Garbrandt and Dominick Cruz. The consensus greatest bantamweight in the history of the sport, Dominick Cruz, 22-2. For nearly 10 years, he was undefeated. And for many of those 10 years, he was dealing with adversity, injuries outside the octagon. He came back with guns blazing. Dominick Cruz, one of the sport's all-time greats. His future is in the UFC Hall of Fame.
Dominick Cruz, in becoming the champion at 135 pounds, had to face some of the most technical fighters in the UFC. The lighter weight classes traditionally have relied much more on technique, and Dominick is the king of the technical fighters.
You know, it's hard to find a glaring weakness when you break down the former UFC bantamweight champion, Cody Garbrandt, still just 25 years old, long on amateur boxing experience, no denying the speed and power in his hands, but he can grapple, he can wrestle, outstanding cardio, takedown defense for days. A lot of reasons why Cody No Love Garbrandt has become the best bantamweight on the planet.
This guy is an elite submission fighter. He has a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game, and if he gets this fight to the ground, he will have a distinct advantage.
Tale of the tape for this bantamweight fight. Garbrandt is 26. Cruz is 32. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, to get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, mixed martial artist holding professional record of 22 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, USA, Dominic the Dominator Cruz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter, holding a professional record of 11 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Sacramento, California, Cody No Love And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata.
You ready? You ready?
Here we go. Cody tells stories of he and his brother Zach going at it for days. This is a born fighter. And of course, he has had mass appeal ever since donning those UFC gloves. The Dominator gets caught with that punch. He's got hand skills for days. Beautiful combination of punches to the head. Cruz gets caught by that straight punch. That'll get his attention. Goes for the early takedown, no problem there.
Big punch.
Gets the elbow up into the target.
Neither guy doing much at this point.
Sound defense there as he blocks the shot. Oh, he moves right into that uppercut, Joe. That is not a good look and not something that he can afford to do here moving forward.
That's a nice clean shot.
Keeping busy now, connecting with those punches. Cruz gets tagged by that stiff jab.
That one hurt. Oh, big shot.
Cruz's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling.
Look at that beautiful takedown by Cody. Well timed. Nice reversal here. Trying to spin to the back.
And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Excellent punch.
Cruz gets in the clinch.
Deep breath there and reset. Big jab by Dominic Cruz. Oh, spinning back fist. He solved it right there. Very nice.
Oh, effective strike there by Cruz. Oh, he tagged him!
He's in big, big trouble. Nasty combinations here.
Oh! Nice combination there by Gordon. That shot blocked by Cruz.
Nice.
Both guys landing big shots.
30 seconds to go. And he looks for the takedown. Look at this, takedown!
15 seconds.
Trying to take the back here.
Second round, straight ahead. Good job, guys. All right, so the round is over. There is the horn, but not before he got a huge knockdown. A great round from Garbrandt.
Yeah, that knockdown should have won him the round. It was a big moment in the fight.
I want you to go out there.
Here's a vicious kick that results in a knockdown. Let's see it again. Let's see it one more time.
Brittany Palmer is in the building.
Okay, you ready? Round 2. Ready?
Second round underway. Garbrandt gets caught with that punch.
The kick lands.
Garbrandt gets caught by that straight punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight. Straight right is there.
Good exchanges from both fighters. Tries for a low single.
Oh, a nice shot there. Nothing telegraphed about it, so he lands another takedown. They're starting to really pile up here, and his opponent can't see the entry. So heady stuff here with the takedowns. We'll see if he can execute here now on the ground.
Absolutely. He's got a beautiful leg kick. Good shot.
Well, he's landed some excellent shots in this fight tonight, but more often than not, it has been...
He's hurt him. Oh, he tagged him with the left.
Man, has his chin been tested all.
These are some bombs he is throwing.
Cruz has got the double underhooks here in the clinch now, Joe. Let's see what he can do with it. Battle for position here. Now he's got over on him. And the fighters now separate as the action continues. Takedown there by Garbrandt.
Oh, he got cracked. Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position.
Tags him with the left.
That's a clean left hand.
Cruz's lower jaw could not look much worse, Joe. Extremely swollen at this point in time. We'll keep an eye on it as this fight moves forward.
Excellent posture here. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground.
Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
He is dropped.
Oh, he might be out.
Big right hand.
Oh, nice slip there to avoid the punch by Cody Garbrandt. Looked like he might have landed there. Instead, a swing and a miss by Cruz.
He got lit up.
Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his bat. Nice offense from the bottom.
Look at this reversal. He's going to try to take the back.
And that's the end of round number 2. And there is the horn. Big 5 minutes for him there. Great round from Cruz.
There was a huge moment in that round and a huge moment in this fight.
Listen, he's a wrestler. He cannot...
Let's see that again from another angle. And let's take a look at that from a different angle.
The OG Ariane Celeste in the building with us tonight.
Last round, guys. You ready? You ready? Let's go.
Third round underway.
Now starting off this round.
Good shots. He's got him right here. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. Oh!
He's hurt.
Oh!
He hurt him with that hook. Nice takedown. Beautiful sweep. excellent movement on the ground here. Constantly moving, constantly staying busy. He's in guard here. Good punch. He transitions back to half guard. He's back in a full guard now.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight. Well, you don't want to spend too much time fighting off of your back, Joe, but pretty good work here from the bottom by Garbrandt. Oh! Oh! He's out!
A huge barrage of strikes. He kept coming and finally landed one big bomb for the knockout.
Yeah, there's another one for the highlight reel, Joe, and that's probably as good a knockout as he's had in the UFC. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Crowd absolutely loving it. Flush land to close out his opponent. I'm not even sure the other fighter saw it coming. So a big knockout for him here tonight on the biggest of stages. All right, here's Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 15 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Cody
Well, this is a man who can truly do it all inside that octagon, and he proved that yet again here tonight. Congratulations to the former UFC bantamweight champion, Cody Garbrandt. No longer undefeated, but still on his best night. Looks the part of one of the best 135ers in the world. And don't be surprised to see him at the post-fight press conference call for an immediate title shot. He certainly did everything in his power to earn that here tonight. It's a flyweight matchup between Joseph Benavidez and Tim Elliott. Well, no doubt this young man is preparing to unleash some devastating kicks on his opponent tonight. You talk about guys like Thiago Alves, Jose Aldo Jr. The kicks on this young man, absolutely powerful. He can do major damage, too, just by landing a couple of them. You've seen fights of his where he lands one kick to the body or one to that lead leg, and you get an immediate welter bruise. Really as powerful a kicker as we've seen in the UFC in some time.
This guy has nasty arm bars and leg locks. It is his specialty, and if he gets a hold of a limb, you either tap or it snaps.
As conditioned and well-rounded as any non-champion on the roster, maybe a guy here in Joseph Benavidez, who is the best fighter to never realize a UFC title, the UFC flyweight contender Joseph Benavidez, still trying to track down UFC Golden Glory as he graces the octagon once again tonight.
Joseph Benavidez has devastating striking, outstanding wrestling, and he has one of the best lighter weight training camps in the world today.
Tail of the tape for this flyweight fight. 2 years apart, these two fighters, with some differences in height and a similar reach. And now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the octagon is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Herb Dean. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Lee Summit, Missouri, Tim Elliott. And now producing his opponent, fighting at the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Joseph Joe B. Wakanobi Benavidez.
You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
This is a fight that we have been looking forward to for a long time and is about to take place right now. I'm very excited.
Matchup of southpaws here. Benavidez gets hit with a kick. Winded up on the right there to no avail. Whoa! Whoa!
Stacking him here, putting the pressure on him. Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground. Staying busy. Stacking him, keeping the weight on him. He's got him stacked here. He's got to be careful as he has him stacked here, though. He doesn't get trapped into a triangle. Excellent movement here on the ground. Into full guard here.
Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Elliott.
Big punch from the bottom.
Midway through round one. Changes his stance. Going to the body there with the right kick.
Tries some serious power in that kick, but misses.
And the takedown attempt, but he does not land it. Well, he's playing with fire here, Joe. He continues to be vulnerable to that jab by almost leaning into it right into his opponent's range. Got to find a way to move those feet and ultimately get that head off of the center line.
He's looking to take the back. Working from the mounted crucifix.
And busy as he looks to improve position here.
He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. He gets the mounted crucifix. Oh, he's going for an armbar. He goes knee to belly here. Pushes down on his face. Goes with the knee across the face. Any second now, he might have to tap. That armbar is very, very deep. Oh, that's it. Round was almost over, but he sunk in the submission and got the victory.
Right, I mean, how do you not admire the focus of this young fighter? You can tell he was looking for that submission much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it. He stayed patient, let the setup do its thing, and ultimately the submission materializes organically late in the round. High-level stuff out of that young fighter here tonight.
And one more time from this angle, we can see that armbar locked in tight for the tap. And finally, one more time, no choice but to tap.
All right, here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has thrown stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 18 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Joseph Joe B. Wakanobi Benavidez.
All right, so congratulations to Joseph Benavidez. We have come to expect excellence out of Benavidez, and another clean performance here tonight out of the perennial flyweight contender. Perhaps it'll be enough to earn a shot at the title, but regardless of that, the celebration is on, and rightfully so, for Team Benavidez here tonight.
What a night from Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, as Benavidez cementing his name atop the ranks of the flyweight division. Let's take a look now at some fight stats here. Who gets performance of the night? You have to think Benavidez might be in contention for it, as we had a few first round matches. The fight of the night, Garbrandt and Cruz, as that was our penultimate fight of the night. It was a knockout 2:15 into the third, as Cody Garbrandt positioning himself as the new #1 contender in the bantamweight division, which means a bout with Aljamain Sterling for the bantamweight crown will come down the line. Let's take a look. Our main event tonight, Joseph Benavidez out of Dallas, Texas, here in Houston, a big hometown crowd, and he subs Tim Elliott, who was previously ranked number 3 in the flyweight, 4:18 into round number 1. With this win now, Joseph Benavidez will be the next to challenge Demetrius Johnson for the flyweight championship. So there you see on our main card with our final 2 matches, #1 contender and title shots have been determined by the UFC in both the flyweight and the bantamweight division. Earlier on in the evening, Donald Cowboy Cerrone with a very impressive second-round knockout against a very thriving Gilbert Burns. Donald Cerrone will move up to number 7 now in the lightweight division rankings, and he is trying to position himself back in the mix of things, while Gilbert Burns, that will knock him out of the top 10. In the heavyweight division, an unranked man will be a newest member in the top 15 here today, as Tuivasa KOs Tim Johnson 1 minute into the third round. As we are understanding, Tuivasa will be moving up to the number 13 rank, and Tim Johnson will be knocked out of the top 15. Our women's match of the night, it was a performance of the night in way of submission. Cynthia Calvillo, the 6th-ranked strawweight division competitor, submitting Felice Herrig, who was previously number 10, 2:39 into round number 1. It was the fastest fight of the night, the only women's fight of the evening from Toyota Center. And Calvillo now, she is trying to move up in that ranking as well, as she will move up. Let's see here. Where did Cynthia move up? Cynthia will move up into the top 5 with that win here tonight. In our first match of the night, Demian Maia, the veteran, taking down Robbie Lawler 3:03 into the first by way of submission. And quite a little bit shocked how quickly that match turned out. But here's what we know for sure, is that Cody Garbrandt will be fighting next for the Bantamweight Championship down the line. And Joseph Benavidez cements himself as the #1 contender in the flyweight, and he'll get Demetrius Thompson at a Combat Kingdom coming down the pipe. Thanks for joining us tonight for Fight Night 4. We'll see you tomorrow for Fight Night 5, a middleweight bout between Paulo Costa and Israel Adesanya, a huge main event coming up. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.